welcome to the first episode of the first ecchi anime that we're gonna cover. And what better of a guest we can get than the man himself, Sani.
Hello, hello, hello. Thanks you for having me. Kind of known for being extremely horny on main. So I think that's why I got invited first, and I'm very honored to be here today.
The Devil Testament Sister, whoever translated the shit better get their asses fired because.
Such an ass name in English.
So, first of all, for new anime watchers, I feel like there's two eras. The era before you discovered ecchi anime, and specifically High School DxD, the cherry on top, and basically the next era of after you watched High School DxD or
Exactly.
ecchi anime, because you completely think about anime differently.
When you found High School DxD, it was a whole new world. Maybe you didn't even like anime before, but you found out that in ecchi anime, they actually just are all showing everything. And but when you finished it, you looked for something else, and then you googled shows like High School DxD, and then this show is the next up. And when you watch this, you probably get a big whiplash from what you expected from High School DxD. Because when you look at High School DxD, it actually has some kind of plot. But this show don't. There's no plot.
I think me and you have both discovered the Devil of Testament Sister. I don't know the title. After we watched High School DxD,
Of course.
it basically was like, hey, copy my homework, but don't make it 100%.
It's the same characters in different fonts. That's it.
But yeah, let's talk about the main thing, the plot. What do you think about the plot?
There's two different plots when we talk about anime. There's the
Yep,
plot
definitely.
and the plot.
Yeah, the physics.
Yeah, exactly. And
Hmm.
this show has what we call the plot. The second plot. There's no plot, but
Yep.
there's a plot. And the plot, is good. They have all the things that should be.
All the
Yeah.
instruments
All the physics, all the jiggle physics that doesn't make any sense. Um,
that gives Newton the F finger.
yeah, it's kind of just trying to copy the High School DxD kind of style, but failing horrendously on the way. Just focusing on the important stuff.
I mean, hear me out. It fails on one way, but on the other hand, it succeeds in a way. It in a small.
What way does this succeed in anything?
I mean, we gotta go deep into the plot, but first, let's start with the plot. So basically, for those of you who doesn't know about the plot or needs a reminder, we've got Basra, the main character. We've got his father, Jen, and he's like sitting with his, giving him a father-son moment. Like, I'm fucking horny, man, and you've been wishing for a sister, so yeah, there you go. Two sisters, a lolicon and a fucking B cup. I don't know why there's a fucking lolicon there. So basically, like, after that, him and his father is like, his son Basra is like, dude, these girls are acting kind of itchy. It's kind of weird. So they're like getting on top of me naked. What's up with that? He's like, don't worry about it. They're your sisters. Just protect them. And my God, he does protect them in a lot of ways without protection.
Well, first
Um,
he tried to kill them, but they they got some
I mean,
altercation done, and after that, their relationship between the three turned drastically.
hell yeah. I mean, like at first, like they kind of like wanted to invade the house and like get the fuck out, but then he was like, "No, you get the fuck out." And then they basically become best friends.
Friends, yeah, of course.
The stepsister, that's
Yeah,
the
that's
definition
the
of
whole, yeah.
what's. So they basically fucking make a master servant pact. That's the focused
Yeah, so
plot
the
that
whole
we're
the
talking
whole
about.
like plot was to make the main character Basara the servant to the main girl, the redhead Mio. But
Yeah,
the fucking little brat lolly looking ass
yeah.
did a reverse card and said no. It would be much more fun if we did the other way around. Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and then the whole plot kind of developed around that.
Yeah, so she basically becomes horny if she like disobeys him, and he have like to make her come with O's, not U's, don't worry.
Mm.
No demonetization
No, no,
YouTube.
no.
She's coming to the park,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
Just gotta
He's
clarify,
coming
YouTube.
everywhere, to be fair.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, definitely in the park, in the
the
house,
school,
on the
yeah,
couch.
everywhere,
Yeah. So, basically, like after that, it basically just becomes of this course of like him getting more girls.
The
And
typical
he,
harem, edgy
yeah, yeah,
anime
typical
at the
harem.
2015s,
But yeah, I wanted to ask you, like, what did you think about the plot?
The plot, yeah. Which plot? Which plot we're talking?
The first one. We gotta dive into the second one in a couple of
The
minutes.
plot, is ass. It's so fucking bad. I rewatched it because the manga viewer here. He sent me the Discord DM.
This fucking guy
He
asked
he
me
sent
to.
he sent the Discord DM. Hello, like 2 a.m. by the way. Um, please watch this, and he sent the link, and I had to sit through this again, and I was not even I was sad. I was desperately sad when I sat and watched this again because there is no plot, there is no story, there is no red lining throughout the story. It's just convenience for him to to fucking assault these girls, but with some degree of consent, I guess.
To explain it, it's basically 50 Shades of Grey, but for guys. That's
Yeah, true. We can just say that this was the thing that started shows like Redo of a Healer later on. The dad kind of just fucked off. He said, "I want to go to business on in other country. Please take care of my house with two random people that you will call your sister." And then he dipped. He was never seen again. Actually, I kind of like the father as a character, but he was like there for 2 minutes in the first episode and then kind of dipped. Never came
I
back.
mean, he does come back in second season, like just like to get his ass
Yeah,
kicked.
briefly, yeah.
I felt like he had a lot of potential. He was like the school ass dad. His father son relationship with his son was like really good
Yeah,
for the 5 minutes that they were in. But then they were like, okay, let's kick this guy out and make room for two girls that he literally his first interaction with. She is in the man's bathroom and she fucking slaps him. Like, what the?
the fucking weirdest part about this scene is I think he tries to silence her
Yep,
from not screaming. So he walks into it instead of closing the door that a normal person would do and say sorry. He walks into the
yep.
bathroom and tries to silence her by putting his hands over her mouth. Um, the normal reaction any man would do.
But to be exact, like what the fuck was she doing in the man's bathroom?
It's a mistake everyone makes.
Yeah, definitely. And she forgot to lock the
Yeah,
door.
yeah, yeah.
Like
You
that's
know,
yeah. Everyone falls in that. Yeah,
coincidence.
definitely.
Yeah, the show of
Yeah.
coincidences.
Typical human beings experience.
Exactly.
So yeah, this as we were talking, this anime, it does revolve around creating new techniques that the human being, eyes or mind can't explain basically, and it just can't comprehend because it's so new that they fucking invented this. I don't think it's in any of the cultures. So I'll go with like I guess my what the fuck moment because there's a lot,
Yeah.
but I guess this was like the most and the most one that was thanks for that. The most one that
Don't
that
don't
was
put that in.
we have this OVA episode because for those of you who
Oh
doesn't
hell.
know,
Oh, I'm getting flashback,
yeah,
man. It's like cold sweat running down my back, man.
this anime, for those of you who doesn't know, didn't just get one season, it got two fucking seasons and an OVA. An OVA that was not censored, and it basically was straight up hentai. In that episode, in that OVA, we have in the first 5 minutes, we have Zest, basically a demon girl. For those of you who doesn't know what her story is, she was basically a servant for a demon lord. The demon lord got defeated and almost killed her, so she swore loyalty to Basra and she basically started living with them. Typical normal stuff, and she wears very random choices of clothes. I guess she can't afford
Nah,
clothes.
it's,
I
it's
mean,
tough out here. We can't really afford real
it's
clothes.
fucking tough, man.
It's tough.
Not even at their house.
Nah, nah.
Like they got this big ass house, but no clothes.
We
Shame.
gotta, yeah. It's hard. Can't blame
We
them.
gotta open Fund Me.
Yeah, that will go straight into my account, but we don't need to talk about that.
But yeah, basically, she comes in from behind and she basically puts her melons, let's call them, her 20 kilograms weighing melons.
Yeah, this is back breaking melons we're talking. Like this is not. the normal kind. This is,
That's not the average
yeah,
size.
yeah,
Yeah, that's
absolutely no. This is breaking the back.
hell yeah. You can tell the animators were very serious about making this as as
They
physics.
focused on some parts, yeah.
Yeah, they teaching us about physics while we're watching. They're
So
like,
kind of them
"Hey
actually,
kids,
yeah, very kind of them.
yeah." I feel like they did a lot of references.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. A lot of studying, yeah.
Let me clear her back real quick. Can he drop the soap? Oh shit!
Oh,
He's receiving back shots.
oh shit! What is going on here?
But yeah, basically like she, puts her melons on his back and puts some soap on her melons and she starts scrubbing. Her fucking melons are basically loofahs at this point. I mean, this anime made the basic melons into becoming anything that you want. I mean, anime at this point, they're basically making melons into anything that you want. You want them to be loofahs? Let's go. You want them for you to survive and power up like this fucking other anime?
I don't
You
know.
got that. You don't know about the anime? When he
I
fucking
don't know. I don't watch that type of anime, so I don't know.
yeah, he's pure sane. You should call yourself
Yeah,
sane
yeah,
instead of
yeah.
saning.
I'm very. I have never watched that kind of show actually. I got forced to watch this uh, against my will, so please save me. I'm not getting paid for this. Please save me.
But yes, so she basically invented this technique, and I just want to hear your thoughts about that. What do you?
Um, many people would probably get off to watching that scene. Personally, I remember watching this as a smaller version of myself, uh, but
Mhm.
I found it more interesting than anything how they moved like they did. I was fascinated by the animation technique they used. Um, I was
Mhm.
inspecting every frame to see that they didn't miss anything.
Yep.
Um, you know,
Every
Yeah,
pixel.
yeah. It was very important to see that there was no lines that were missed or anything like that. In such a masterpiece that is this technique. Um, you know, Gojo's Purple Hollow has nothing on this technique.
Hell yeah.
Um, but if we're gonna be real, it's so fucking stupid that it's good.
So, what was your favorite, I guess, what the fuck moment in the anime? Like,
I think this happened in some of. I think like probably the first episode when they explained the whole fucking thing about he needs to make her come with a O. Uh, w- um, of course,
come to the
yeah,
park.
to come
Yep.
to the
Yep.
park.
Hmm. To
Yeah,
play
yeah,
seesaw.
and she
Hmm.
sits in his lap in a very wholesome and Christian like way, and
Yep. He
he
teaches her about the Bible
yeah,
and
yeah,
the importance. Yeah.
let's just say you can't show. I want you to try to show this part in the video, but he goes what we call in the industry wild. Um,
Uh huh.
and he doesn't hold back. Like he's all before when they explain this whole thing, he goes like, "Oh, I don't think I can do this. This is kind of weird." And when they get down to it, he just goes like he has done this a million times. And of course, he has done that a million times. Just look at my man, he's jacked to the
Yeah. Yeah.
bone, hot ass dude. But I think I watched that and I was like, I haven't like when I first watched it, I was like, this is too much even then.
Hmm.
But I still continue to watch it, of course, because I was a horny teenager. But I think, yeah, I think that moment really stuck out to me. Just setting the whole tone for the whole show.
There is a character that we have missed, I guess.
Okay.
So Chisato, we haven't talked about her yet. I feel like she's heavily underrated, just like
Oh,
Mrs.
so
Brand.
your moment come from her scenes?
Yeah, definitely. I mean,
You're talking the first like when he goes home to her.
yeah. That's what
Yeah,
we're
yeah,
talking about. Yeah. We're both agreeing. Like,
yeah. I feel you. I understand. I see.
I got the right person for this job,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I know everything.
I'm still not paying you though. I feel like she's heavily underrated because like she has black hair. She's wearing glasses. She's a nurse. You know,
She has brown hair, but
nurse.
okay. She has
What?
brown hair, but okay.
It's like the art style. It's never really consistent, or the animation
Mm.
in the
And now
first
when
and
we
second
talk about the
season.
art style, it's very 2000 like tense art style. It's very,
Oh hell yeah.
yeah, because the art style has evolved when it comes to ecchi anime over the
Yeah.
years, where we have ecchi animes with the same quality of something like, let's say, fucking Fate Zero, or like the big ones like Demon Slayer. But back at this time, there was a distinct art style of the ecchi anime, because there wasn't a lot of studios that would take on these projects. So
Mhm.
when you saw the art style, it's kind of like you watching hentai. You remember those eyes, you remember those nipples,
Hey, yo!
and and when you see those, this is the good stuff. And it was kind of the same thing with ecchi anime during that time. If I'm not getting paid, you're not getting paid either, so I'm taking away the monetization.
Thank you, thank you. That was the best TED talk I've
Thank
heard
you, thank you,
about
thank you.
the. But I mean, one thing they kept is the physics. You know, they definitely got that right. They got engineering
The
students.
physics have become better. Even we have evolved. We have reached a new stage of nirvana.
We have evolved since the cave ages,
Yes.
from cavemen to people jerking off to tentacle porn.
There was a misinput. Misinput. Calm down. You calm the fuck down. There was a misinput.
I'm cropping that.
Nah, 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 keep it, bro. No balls, no balls. Before we leave, the nurse, I would like to just come out with some information that I found on the official myanimelist.com. Okay. Um. First of all, we can just say that Basara has the same voice actor as Gojo Satoru, um, and the girl Shisato here. We have some information if we click on her profile, and
Mhm.
we have her height at 168 centimeters. We have her weight. We have her measurements, and we have her charm point. And her charm point is Hyman. And if you don't know what Hyman is, I will read this, but I don't think you can say this, so you have to bleep this when I say it. Okay.
All right, all right.
The hymen is the thin, fleshy tissue that is located at the opening of your vagina. So that's just a quick, summary of her character.
I mean, I
Speechless, I see. Yeah, we can just check on the main like girls too. Mio's charm point is indeed her melons. The Yuki, which is the childhood friend. Her charm point is her ass, massive, um, voluptuous back. Um, that's just a normal thing. But then we go back. Now we go down here to this specimen that is the nurse in the show.
we got Zest, which we talked about. We got Yuki, which is basically an AI, I'd say, because she acts way too fucking like strict, but at the same time she's like, "Oh, I didn't know taking my bra off in a public place is such a crime." It's like,
Yes, yes. We can make the we can make the comparison here. If any, yeah, if you have watched the show, you have definitely watched Data Live. Uh, she is, the origami Tobishi, yeah, of that show. The very, emotionless, no shame, but somehow loves the main character more than anyone else. Um, and her character is kind of ass, to be fair.
we got Kurumi, you know? Um do we need to
Oh
talk about
yeah,
her?
the fucking the
The
useless
fucking tsundere type of character.
that no one cares about. Yeah,
Yeah, she's basically like half lolly, half type of, I don't know. You get the point.
and her charm point is her underarm. I will just leave it at that.
What?
This show was also streamed on both Crunchyroll and Netflix USA. So
Yep. Just so you know.
yeah,
It's not our fault, guys.
I'm just reading pure facts.
We have no enemies.
After this video, we will have many, but
Yep. We're just giving you the truth. The cold truth.
It can be hard sometimes, but just as your dad that is not in your life anymore,
Yeah.
you not need to know
Just
the truth
like
sometimes.
Basra's dad, he went through different realms to get milk, and
But he came back and got his ass kicked and then left again. But
yeah. I mean, it does come back like in the manga, but like
who the fuck read a manga, dog?
I don't know. Like I read like the first like the
Oh, you
red.
did a research. You did a
I
the
did I did
intense
I did
research.
dive a little bit. What is your expectations or wishing for another season from 1 to 10? Like, do you wish for another season from this anime?
I would
Hanime,
go.
sorry.
I would go negative if I could. Um,
Hmm.
I don't think this should have a first season to begin with. Uh, like it's probably I have watched over probably uh 600 to 800 animes. Okay, in my puny little life, and this is at the bottom of the pile. Like when people go through my anime list, I have fucking High School DxD. I have fucking things like Data Live. The only thing I'm embarrassed about is this show when we come to this because uh, the cover art for the OVA, uh,
Hmm.
it's just the main girl with everything out,
Hmm.
Um, and because it's not labeled as an hentai, they don't censor the cover either.
Yep.
So it's just all out there, and it's just a big embarrassment for me and myself
Hmm.
uh, to live with it on my anime list because I can't remove it for ethical reasons.
So, regardless of that, if you're wishing for another season, I honestly like. I wouldn't mind if hold on, let me finish. Then don't take this out of context.
He's
If
actually so not cooking right now. He's not cooking. He's cooking nothing right now. But we'll let him finish.
we'll let it finish. So I wouldn't mind if like if it got like rewritten a little bit, like you know, if it fits
If it's
actually.
actually got a plot, you mean?
Yeah, exactly. If we actually got more time with the teacher, that's basically what I'm gonna say.
Yeah, so you
Um,
mean a spin-off? Okay, I see. Yeah.
yeah, whatever. I mean, like, how many times you ever gonna rewritten it? It's just not gonna work. The damage is already done. But if there's gonna be like an OVA of the teacher of the nurse, sorry, then I'm all in for
I
it.
will be in front row. Yes.
Hell yeah, we're both gonna be like we're gonna watch it like in cinema or something.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
but yeah, other than that, I would like to ask you, what does this anime remind you of? I'm basically like your psychology doctor, except we're both
Um,
fucked up. But yeah, you get the point.
painful memories and yeah, that's it.
Just painful memories.
I watched this. No, I watched this when actually was happy.
Hmm.
Because anyone at our age are not happy. That's just
Or
the
like the
standard.
fucking retarded policeman show when we see
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
boobies.
yeah. At that time in my life when a pair of knockers would make me happy.
I mean, it
Uh,
still makes us happy. Like we gotta
uh,
not
it's a very
everything, of
short.
course.
It's a very short boost of serotonin right now, but back then it could hold you for a week at least. Um,
A week. Wow.
yeah, yeah, of course, man. And you gotta get your shit straight. You gotta get your priorities right.
Hmm.
But after finishing high school DxD, you was left fucking empty. Nothing to do. And you found this gem, and you watched it and
You never
finished
find
it,
anything like it.
and then you after that, I think after that was the point where I became depressed. Uh,
Would you recommend it to other people?
no, no, bro. What are you saying? It's like you have just taken everything I have said for this episode and just shit on it. Um, even if I'm slow at editing videos, I try to get out the good content out there, and
Mhm.
your Demon Slayers, your Jujutsu Kaisens,
Yeah, yeah. Just lay it out there. Free
please
promotion.
subscribe to me instead. Over there you actually get quality content. Okay.
Yeah, this shitty content. Okay, okay. Thank you. Um, but yeah, like we're gonna be doing different shows. So hope you guys stick with us, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode. Please check out Sandy's channel. He's a great guy and a great content creator. I'm definitely not
And call
kissing
the
his
police,
ass right
please.
now. Um, yeah, definitely. No, no, you're pretty good. Um, But like, yeah, check out his channel and check out his videos. Sandy, anything you want to say before we end this, episode?
Let me out.